Hello everyone, my name is Crystal and welcome to Crystalized Witchery. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the basics of tarot reading. I know a lot of people always ask what is the best tarot deck to get as a beginner, and the one I recommend is the Wild Unknown Tarot deck because it comes with a guidebook and it's very easy, very self-explanatory. In fact, this one's my first one. My husband was the one that bought it for me, and I think it's an awesome deck to start off with. So I will be explaining to each and every one of you what is the best way of reading, just the overall basics. I hope that you enjoy this video, and I'll see you soon. Hello again everyone. Here we are with our lovely tarot deck, and I want to show you what it comes with. So this is a lovely cover, obviously, but then it comes with like this box that I think it's like very unique. It's very, very pretty. Mine's is a little banged up because I had it for a while. So this is the guidebook I was telling you about, and it shows all the different cards and their readings. It even gives you some of the different spreads that there are. It tells you about the cards themselves. So I'm just going to be giving you like a little gist of everything to kind of help you out with this. So here goes the overall deck itself. So here goes some of the cards that they have. I love them personally. I think they're very colorful, very unique, and they have a lot of details within them, and they're very easy to memorize. So I want to start off by saying there are different groups within the tarot, and those different groups are the minor arcana, the core cards, and the major arcana. So I want to first introduce you to a minor arcana card. I'll first show you this one. This is the Ace of Cups. We have basically Ace through 10, and what they basically do is give you the overall situation. So I'll give you an example. So these are the Minor Arcana cards that I have picked out just for an example, so I can explain to you what are the suits and what each suit represents and what these cards might mean. So first one here, I have the Four of Wands. And the wands are responsible for the dream aspect of the situation. Sort of like what you want, what you wish for, your inspiration, the creativity that comes to mind. What this card usually means when you see it is completion and celebration. That is why I recommend this book, because it breaks down exactly what the overall theme of the card is, and it goes into details of what the card means. For this card, it basically states Four of Wands, completion and celebration. You've done it. The Four of Wands is a card of completion. Your labors have been steady and strong, and the harvest will be plentiful. In other words, it's time to party. There might be an upcoming event to mark this occasion, a graduation, wedding, or celebration of some kind. So enjoy yourself and those you love. This is an exciting and prosperous time. That has been the Wands. Next, I want to move on to Cups. The suit of Cups is more of the emotional aspect of the situation. This revolves around how you feel on the situation. So, for example, we have the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is known for love's beginnings. Ace marks the beginning of exciting new phases. Since the Suit of Cups deals specifically with love and emotion, you're in for a real treat. Expect to enter a blissful time of health, joy, and friendship. A new love could be on the horizon. You may feel that you're making a whole new start. Just go with it and allow the feeling to revitalize your spirit. So that has been the Suit of Cups. Next, we're going to move on to the Suit of Swords. Swords is more of the action aspect of the situation, so it would describe how you're going to react to this situation. In this example, we have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is known for blocked vision and stalemate. The Two of Swords depict two opposing forces that have reached a stalemate. You cannot progress forward with either a relationship or a life decision. There's an answer that's being blocked, maybe by choice. Many times this card will indicate you do not wish to face the truth the light will reveal. So that has been the Suit of Swords. Next we have the Suit of Pentacles. Pentacles are more of the physical aspect. This speaks about worldly possessions such as home, money, and career. So the example that I have here is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles revolve a period of contemplation. A curious card, the Seven of Pentacles shows a period of contemplation and uncertainty. You're looking back at all of your hard work and wondering if it has been a failure or a success. You can't seem to decide. Shouldn't you be reaping with more rewards by now? Maybe so, but the mind has control over perception. It's possible your rewards are waiting for you to recognize them. They're not always monetary. So that was the Suit of Pentacles. I hope that has helped, and these have been the minor arcana. Next, I want to move on to court cards. So I'm going to find a few examples for you. So now we're going to be talking about the court cards. The court cards are basically family cards that are used to describe a person or a personality. For example, the Wands family. The Wands family are a vibrant and well-loved family. They make dangerous enemies and are usually lighter skin and hair. So with this example, we have the Mother of Wands. The Mother of Wands represents attractive, domestic, and vibrant. The Mother of Wands is a vibrant woman and a happy mother. Family comes first in her world. She's very protective of it and is the dominant parent within the home. Though proud and determined, she has enough grace and beauty that you'd hardly notice her forceful nature. Oftentimes, she has overcome great pain or trauma in her life. It is important to not get on her bad side. That was the Wands court card. Next, we're going to move on to the Cups family. The Cups family represents artistic, open-minded, quiet, a family of dreamers, and lighter skin and hair. So for this example, I'm using the Daughter of Cups. Daughter of Cups represents creative and emotional. Creative energy abounds from the Daughter of Cups. She's romantic, artistic, and easily inspired by her surroundings. A true dreamer by nature, she struggles to stay grounded or to deal with any harsh realities that come her way. Conflict of any kind is very disturbing to this very gentle creature. And that has been the Cups family. Next, we're going to move on to the Swords family. The Swords family are very well educated and highly receptive. Not necessarily a warm family, usually dark skin and hair. In this example, I will be using the Father of Swords. The Father of Swords represents fair and analytical. Like all the Swords family, the Father has a gift for perception. He has a distinct ability to remove himself emotionally from a situation so that he can truly see it from all angles. He is therefore respected by others, who usually describe him as fair or just. He's a responsible man with deep ties to his family. So that has been the Swords family. Next, we'll be moving on to the Pentacle family. The Pentacles family are very grounded, deeply connected to nature and the home, may have darker hair and eyes. In this example, we'll be using the Son of Pentacles. The Son of Pentacles represents loyal, quiet, and dedicated. The good side of the Son of Pentacles is that he's loyal and determined. He's inventive and can be trusted wholeheartedly, but sometimes this figure becomes stubborn and persistent to a fault. This, combined with his quiet nature, results in his being hard to get to know and socially awkward at times. He commonly has one or two close friends rather than many. And that has been the Pentacles family. So that pretty much sums up the court cards, and next I will be moving on to the Major Arcana cards. The Major Arcana cards are 22 cards in total. The Major Arcana cards represent the overall journey, and it explains the deeply rooted issues within our lives. I'll be grabbing some examples to further help you understand the major arcana cards. So I have chosen 5 major arcana cards to go with to further explain the overall concept of the major arcana cards in the tarot deck. So like I had explained before, the tarot deck describes our journey. And so within that journey, when we begin, we're mainly known as the Fool, which starts with 0. It goes from 0 to 21. And basically what the Fool represents, sort of like you see here, it's a baby chick. And so it's describing the fact of a baby, sort of like a newborn, where you kind of go out into the world without knowing anything at all, and you're completely vulnerable. In the guidebook, it states, the Fool represents spontaneity and innocence. The Fool is ready to fly. His young wings ache for flight, and with a single step, he leaves behind the comfort of the nest to begin the journey through the major arcana. Is he ready? Will he fall? This is a card about beginnings. It points to the side of you that is spontaneous, excited, naive, and inexperienced. Others may doubt your abilities. Be ready to be called the Fool. Be ready to fall. No matter what people say about you, this is your journey, and it's already begun. So with that, you kind of continue with the major arcana cards, and it just explains an overall complete journey until you get to the end. The end is the world. What the world represents is having complete stability. So like the guidebook says, the world represents wholeness, completion. The world is the final card in the journey of the major arcana. It signifies completion, harmony, and contentment. It's rare to experience this energy as we are usually consumed by wanting, needing, and achieving. So when this card appears, contemplate for a moment the idea of being whole. Focus on the image on the card. Close your eyes and envision the radiating energy inside you. What does it feel like? Where is it located? What blocks you from feeling a sense of wholeness each and every day of your life? And so, like I said, it just represents a journey. So then you're probably wondering why I chose the other 3 cards. I want to go back into the middle. This kind of represents the middle of the journey, but I wanted to mainly grab it because, like I had explained before, this deck is amazing because it has so much imagery. So when you look at this card, you see a lion, and it kind of represents the energy of Leo. But at the same time, with its radiating light, it shows that it has infinite compassion and strength within its heart. It doesn't necessarily have to be strength within the physical realm. I wanted to show you as it's easier to read. And the other 2 cards I wanted to show you was Death and the Devil. I'm going to start off with Death because this card, when it comes up, people are so afraid that it means literal death. Though it can mean literal death, it mainly just means death to a situation, death to a part of your journey. It could be a relationship, it could be an issue, it can be anything that might be a problem within your life, and it just needs to come to an end. Next, I have the Devil, and the reason why I picked this is when you see this card and then you see a pentagram on its head, it sort of just makes you feel like, okay, here we go again, witchcraft at its finest with the devil. But that's not the case. The devil basically represents the evilness between your intentions. Maybe that you are addicted to something that you need to let go, and so it's considered a warning card. There are plenty of warning cards within this deck, and that's why I like it, because it's realistic. It's not completely dreamy, but it's not very harsh. It's sort of in between. So I just wanted to express that. While we're on the topic of warning cards, I wanted to talk about the fact that when you see cards like this, and then maybe you have it upside down, what it means is try to look at the opposite of what that card means. So these are known as reversing cards. Not everyone does it according to that way, but Just know that it's another example of how you can read your cards. You choose what calls out to you. Now we're going to move on to the concept of before reading. So before you begin any sort of tarot reading, it's very important to meditate beforehand for a very clear conscience and clear intention. Before you begin reading overall, you should always have a question within your head. Try not to ask any yes or no questions. Try to ask more fruitful questions so that it can go more in detail within your reading. Another thing that I wanted to mention is envision a bubble around you when you're reading, and be sure to either say in your head or do an incantation, however it is that you do your protection spells, because you don't want any negative energies to influence the outcome of your reading. So with that being said, I'm going to move on to the concept of shuffling. Shuffling, you're going to use your non-dominant hand, which for most people is your left. So you use that and you have the cards facing down. And with your dominant hand, you're going to shuffle the cards from the bottom. So you grab a handful and you just shuffle it this way. It's the most basic method of shuffling. And the way that I usually do it to personalize is I either have someone's birthday. For example, let's use January 20th. So January is the first month. 1 plus 2 is obviously 3, and plus 0 is still 3. So I would shuffle 3 times over. So I would go 1, 2, 3. Now, a lot of people ask, what if I had a card that fell out? For example. And then these 2 cards fell. What you'll do, depending on your reading, is you put that to the top, and you know that it's time for you to stop. And those are the cards that you start off with within your shuffle. So, let's say I'm going to use it like this. So that's just an example. You use those cards first, the ones that jump out at you. So you've seen the way that I put it. A lot of people randomly just scrunch the cards up together and just place them wherever. I personally do not like to do that. The way that I put down the cards is the way that I like to grab them. So I always like to make sure they're faced up for my next reading. So I have no idea how that card was face down, but that is exactly an example of your spirit guides trying to tell you they manipulate the cards. So if you see that it's face down, it's just meant to be that way, and leave it. And then do your reading. Then when I'm finished, I usually like to place the cards at the top. So when I'm shuffling, I won't reshuffle those cards up to the top. I'll just have them go further down to the bottom. Next, I'll be showing you the types of reading. So the one that I and the book recommend for beginners is doing a card a day. You could either shuffle and then get the first card, or just for the sake of example, I'm just grabbing the very first card, and that's your card for the day. And so you do a reading and you see how your day is gonna turn out overall, or you should ask what you should expect within your day, or problems you might come across on your day. So it just depends with that, but that's just one of the examples. Next, we have the past, present, future, which is very common and very popular with most people. So it's literally past, present, and future. You read each card. Obviously this is the past, so it explains the influences from the past that shape who you are now and who you will become. That's just an example. Next, we have the clarity spread, and the clarity spread revolves around 4 cards. First one's at the top, and the next 3 are on the bottom. The clarity spread is all about the overall situation, and the other 3 cards on the bottom are the contributing factors. So next we have the connection spread, and that is a total of 5 cards. So how it goes is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How this goes is, this is you and your challenge. This is the other person and their challenge, and this is your uniting forces. So whatever challenges you might be going through, you can help each other with this factor here. Next, we have my favorite setup personally. This is the one I use because it gives the most details, and it's known as Celtic Cross Spread. So now this is how it works. We have the heart of the matter, which is the very first card. Then we have opposing factors. And with opposing factors, I personally like to do the opposite of what the card says. It depends on how you view it, but I feel like that is the best outcome when I get these sort of readings. Then we have the root cause, past, present or goal, the future. Then we have you, external forces, hopes and fears, and the overall situation. So it's a very detailed spread. It's best if you're trying to figure out the future, or like I said, if you have any yes or no questions that you want to know more details about, this is the best spread to go for. I use this spread especially when I get those questions that say, am I pregnant? Is this person that I'm currently with worth it? Overall, a lot of yes or no questions, though it can be very hard to read at times. Just pay attention to all the details. So next, and the final spread I will be teaching you, is the year ahead. The year ahead basically lets you know all of, well, the year that's ahead of you. This is very popular for like New Year's Eve, or when you're at the end of the year and you're just trying to figure out how you should be spending your time for the following year, or what you should hope for. So this is a total of a 13 card spread. So how this works is obviously you have 1 through 12 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then the 13 card in the middle. So obviously 1 through 12, that's the 12 months. It goes into sort of detail on how each month is going to turn out for you. And then 13 is your overall theme of the year. So I hope that helps. So this has been the Wild Unknown Tarot Deck and Guidebook, and I hope that this little tarot reading tutorial was helpful for you, and I hope to see you soon. So that has been another Crystalized Witchery video. Please let me know if you still have any questions, and I will be sure to do my best to answer them. But that has been a very short tutorial on the tarot deck. I hope that you now know how to read them, or at least do a good spread, and I hope to be doing more videos like this, so if you like them, please let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, and if you enjoy my content and want to see more, please be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell to get notifications. This has been another Crystalized Witchery video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and may your gems continue to sparkle.